Don't worry, I'm just lighting a candle. I kind of need it right now. A lot of stuff has happened, and I feel like I need to sort of explain myself to those of you who I don't talk to on a regular basis or have just absolutely wondered where I've been. And I will say this story is not for the faint of heart, and I am actually going to be very vulnerable when talking in this video. It's not all of it's bad. It's just let's just say that it's been a month of basically harrowing experiences for me. So please bear with me. This is Kat the Crow-Winged Author here at the Magic Library, and today I'm talking about basically, you'll see. I don't have a very clever plug to put in for my books or anything. If you're interested in paranormal dark fantasy with bits of mystery, romance, and definitely some twists and turns when it comes to character development and story plots, then I definitely recommend you go and read Arborea Lux, my debut novel, and Seraphim Awakening. Both of those you can find in the description below. You can buy them on Amazon, or with Arborea Lux you can get it basically anywhere, because I actually published that through Ingram Spark. So there's that. Those links are down in the description below, along with my store, where I have designs that I've done by myself for Arborea Lux, and I'm slowly but surely getting into Seraphim Awakening and the Seraphim trilogy with designs and everything. So there's that. And I'm also coming out with a line of t-shirts that are not necessarily morally gray, but they're definitely no filter shirts. Which is basically, it's like, if they're all good for a good laugh, but I will get to that at a later time. Right now, let's just talk about what has gone on in the past few weeks to a month. So, the last time I had done a video, I want to say was perhaps several weeks ago. And around that time, I was dealing with some stuff at work, and one of those things was that I was my manager who had hired me was leaving to go to another store so that she could keep her benefits, and the assistant manager was retiring due to some health problems, and he's doing fine. By the way, he's doing fine, and that sort of left a lot of us in limbo. And this isn't the good kind of limbo. It was definitely chaotic there. We had a young man come in and be our manager and everything. I may need to take some meds for this. Oh God. And it's nothing against him. I don't know why I reacted like this or anything. And it had nothing to do with the position that I had been put in. I was actually happy to learn about the position as a key carrier and everything. But for some reason, I felt overwhelmed. And I don't know why I felt overwhelmed. I was so overwhelmed to the point that on March 16th, I actually left work to go to the doctor because I was experiencing severe chest pains, and they did a full workup on me and everything. I was fine physically, but mentally not so much. It turns out that I was dealing with so much stress that my body had worked itself into an anxiety attack. And it was sort of new for me in a way. I've had anxiety for most of my life, and I didn't understand what was so different that it would change now. And to say that it was sort of difficult for me to wrap my head around was an understatement. I have been to the doctor. In fact, I actually just got back from the doctor today. They are sending me, I'm about to be referred to a psychiatrist to hopefully get my meds done out and everything. And I have been diagnosed with an anxiety and a panic disorder, and it was a little jarring for me to learn this, because I've dealt with stressful situations. I worked at Java, for God's sakes. I mean, like I was dealing with a very stressful job of having to keep up performances and everything, and to just do that. I was working at Books A Million before that. Of course, there it wasn't really a stressful job. I mean, like there I mostly I was dealing with people, but I was dealing with people with like in a positive way. I mean, like I was talking to them about interests and everything. The only thing I was having problem with at that time was the manager who had apparently come from HR. But that's besides the point. Let's get back to this. So I am in the process of looking for another job. I have been looking for another job for the past few weeks now, especially since that first incident, and after said manager actually took my key away because he thought the position was what was giving me stress. It was not the position. It was the place. I am a firm believer that it was the place. But so I've been taking those meds whenever I needed them because that's what the doctor said. And I had been taking, and and the good news is that I've not been taking them as much as I thought I would. But yesterday, it was basically the straw that broke the camel's back, and it may actually end up being worse than that in the next few days. Yesterday, I knew what kind of day it was going to be because it was a very stressful day. Tuesdays typically are, and I took my meds just to sort of head it off at the pass. 2 hours later, I was still dealing with chest pains. And those chest pains were so severe that I was dealing with like a pain scale from like a 6.5 to a 7, which for me is sort of severe and everything because I am not usually in that much pain. I am actually I usually have a very high pain tolerance. So for me to have for my pain scale to be from 6.5 to a 7, it was sort of severe. When I brought this up to people who are in positions of authority, they told me to take deep breaths and to basically get over it. First of all, that's not something you tell someone when they are experiencing pain that is brought on by stress and anxiety. And let's just say that that their advice I had tried beforehand, and they would not let me basically voice the little interesting comment of note that every single time I took a deep breath, I was feeling lightheaded afterwards. And it wasn't until after I'd come back from lunch that I was able to relax a little bit. But the reason I was able to relax a little bit is because I was about to leave work for the day. So there's that. So last night I took some meds and I went to bed. I had myself something to eat, but after that, I went to bed. I had to. I was exhausted. So earlier this morning, I woke up with chest pains. And I took some meds for it. And then after that, I went to sleep because I knew that this was the kind of medicine that made me sleepy. But after that and everything, I knew that for me to be waking up with chest pains and I hadn't even been to work yet, it was severe. So I called into work and I went to the doctor to talk to them about my meds and everything. And we talked a little bit about what had been causing me stress and everything. And the fact that I was trying to alleviate the stress by finding a new job, because I'm a firm believer that it's the place itself and some of the people that I work with, not all of them. But there's really only one person there that I actually do get along with very well. Yeah, I am currently looking for another job to help me to learn stress management a little bit better, because I don't know what it is about this place that I'm working at right now, except for the fact that these people, except for my friend, obviously do not care about the mental health of others and how it affects people. And especially that the take a deep breath mentality sometimes doesn't work. And I don't understand how people don't realize that. And I want to say it's sort of through faults of our own. It's that we have this stigma towards mental illness and anxiety and panic disorders and stress, that we think that if you take a deep breath, you'll just be fine. Well, taking a deep breath helps, but only if you're away from the thing that causes you stress. Staying there and basically trying to tough it out can actually probably be more harmful than it does good. There is such a thing as a time and a place, and when I say that sometimes it's best to just walk away from a situation to relax a little bit, it's best to do that. So there's that. That's basically what's been going on these past few weeks. I've been dealing with anxiety and a little bit of depression because I've not been able to really do anything that I want to do. I have made some choices that have benefited me in the long run, but I also find myself with regrets, because if I had stayed at the job before going to this one, I probably would be a lot happier. So there's that. But besides that and everything, I'm slowly healing. So there's that. I can talk about this with my mom and everything, and I could talk about this with some other people, but I'm trying not to cry. But I've realized that I've needed help. And crap, hold on a second. For too long, I've lived under the guise that I always have to be perfect for people. And I think that's primarily what's causing me stress. So I'm hopefully going to find myself a psychiatrist sometime soon, and I can focus on healing. Crap. I'm trying not to cry. I don't like crying on camera, and I don't like people seeing me cry. So,
you can understand how sort of vulnerable this makes me. But besides that and everything, I just wanted you guys to know that I am alright. I am taking steps to improve myself and to get myself out of this stressful situation. And I promise that as soon as everything levels out and as soon as everything levels out and sort of gets back to normal, I will be taking a break from YouTube and from TikTok and everything, because I feel like I've not been able to give content the way I've been trying to, and I just don't feel like I can just put out content like this, so I'm taking a break. And it's sort of because of this that I've not been able to do much of Cafe Pantheon, the podcast. I'm still trying to write it and everything. Whew. Okay, I'm trying to keep myself together, and I don't know if I'm doing that right or not. But Cafe Pantheon will be on hiatus for now, as well as other videos, but hopefully when I come back and everything, I'll have a surplus of videos that are actually somewhat planned, and so that you guys can enjoy the content more. So if you guys want to watch some of my other stuff and everything, you can go to my channel and watch some of my other videos that I've done in the past, as well as listen to the Cafe Pantheon podcast, which is a sort of a storytelling venture of mine, and I will try to give video updates on TikTok and on Shorts, just small updates, not full-length videos like this, and whew, okay, I think I've somewhat calmed down now, but there'll be little bits and pieces and everything. I just feel like I need to recharge myself. I need to sort of get my life on track and everything, and all that. So thank you guys for some of you who have hung around, and thank you guys for some of you who I actually talk to on a regular basis. Thank you for sort of, like, being with me in this very hard time. But this is the first time I've ever really admitted that I've needed help, and I feel like this is a huge step for me, because I've actually tried counseling before and I only went to it once, and I don't like breaking down in front of people, and I don't like being vulnerable in front of people, and so doing this video has also sort of been a sort of huge leap for me. But besides that and everything, that's all that I wanted to say. Hopefully I will, I'm still going to be on social media for the most part. I'm going to be mostly on Discord. I spend most of my time on Discord and on Tumblr. So I will put my usernames right here for Discord and for Tumblr if you guys want to reach out and we can just engage in conversation that way. Sort of keep on the lines of like writing and everything. That would probably be best. But besides that and everything, I'm grateful for all of you who have stayed. For those of you who have found me on TikTok, all of my bookish friends and everything, and writer friends on TikTok who have come here, to my D&D group, my beloved little family away from my family, thank you so much for supporting me and all that. for my very, very close friends, Katie, Joe, and Aaron. Thank you a lot. And for also my friends overseas, like Darkshade Nephilim, thank you so much for sort of being patient and everything. And I'm gonna cry again. But whew, I don't usually cry on camera. I don't know why. It's like I feel I sort of feel like this vlog is sort of taking like a very sad emotional turn, and I don't want that. I wanted it to be, you know, like continue to be happy. But I guess my brain was just like, no, you need to learn to be vulnerable. So that's why there's this. So yeah. But I think I'm going to end the video there before I cry anymore. So I will continue to have the usernames up for my Discord and for Tumblr, and if you guys want to talk to me on Facebook and everything, all of my socials are down in the description below. Tumblr, I'm slowly gearing people towards that, just because it's like I've talked a lot about writing on there in the past few weeks, and it's like I've had this prompt where it's like, to all my fellow readers and writers, what kind of story do you want to read? So I'm trying to gauge stuff with that. So all I can say from now on is like, thank you guys for your continued support. And I hope that we are able to, I hope that with your guys' support I'm able to push through this. And of course with the continued support of my dearest friends and my parents and everything. So there's that. I'm not gonna do plugs at the end of this either. Just for my socials, my writing group, and everything. You can find all those down in the description below. And I hope to get everything sorted out. I know it's probably going to take some time, and I'm going to slowly inch my way back into doing regular content every week. But this is a step I've needed to take for a long time, and I know it's going to be hard, but I also know that this is a step that I really do need to make. So oh, and also if anyone wants to, like, because I've also been getting into Genshin Impact. I blame you, Katie, for this. I've also been trying to make some friends on there, so if you guys are wanting to co-op and everything, I will also put my little user ID for Genshin Impact probably like right up here somewhere, for you guys just to go and, you know, and try to help me through leveling up and everything, and some quests. And I'd say Genshin Impact, besides writing, has been like a big stress reliever for me. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys don't make fun of me because I cried on camera. I did not expect to cry on camera. I was trying really hard not to, but thank you guys so much for just staying with me through all this and being patient for when new videos come out. And I love you all so very, very much. Thank you so much. I think I'm gonna go. I'm going to get myself something to eat, take my meds, and then I think I'm gonna write just a small little fanfic project that I'm doing. I think I'm gonna write. So this is Kat the Crow-Winged Author here at the Magic Library, and when it comes to mental health, always prioritize yourself above anything else, whether it be work or even stuff that's happening within your family. So always put yourself first when it comes to your health. Bye guys.